The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. And clearly somebody at Disney is Arkham certified.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today.
Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
2 months ago, Marvel Comics announced the death of Kamala Khan in the pages of Amazing Spider-Man number 26. And it looks like that death isn't going to stick for too long because Kamala Khan is coming back as a mutant. What the fuck? Now, this revelation of Kamala Khan being a mutant is the latest desperate attempt by Marvel Comics to try to make Kamala Khan into a popular character. And I guess somebody at Marvel thought that, oh, the X-Men and mutants are cool, so let's make Kamala Khan into a mutant, because if she's a mutant, then she will be cool as well. Well, sadly, that's not how things work as related to characters in pop culture. No, either a character gets over on their own, or people just don't like that character. And sadly, there's somebody over at Marvel who just cannot accept that Kamala Khan is a creatively totaled character, and what they're trying to do now is a desperate attempt to try to salvage the character by going out here and trying to put the character with the X-Men and mutants in the hopes that this will hopefully make the character cool. Pathetic. Now, this attempt to try to make Kamala Khan popular is pathetic because what Marvel is trying to do is trying to create a covert contract with fans that if Kamala Khan is associated with the X-Men, that people will finally see Kamala Khan as popular. Well, that's not going to work at all because if a character does not resonate with an audience, then it doesn't matter who you associate that character with, then the character just isn't one that anybody cares about. And it's hard to care about Kamala Khan because her character lacks any depth or layers, and her powers are not ones that anybody would find to be cool. I mean, a person who can go out here and stretch their limbs or change their size, that's not really something people are interested in. And especially for a woman, the whole idea of having big hands, that was something that was made fun of in a Seinfeld episode where Jerry talked about man hands. So this character really doesn't have anything anybody can relate to. And with the numerous efforts to try to make this character into something, Marvel basically just doesn't know when to admit that this character is creatively totaled. And what I mean by creatively totaled is that this character is a total loss in that you've put all of this money into this character creatively, yet this character has not yielded you any sort of audience or readership. So this character is a total creative loss. And what companies usually do with characters who are a total creative loss is that they basically write them off and have them go off in the sunset. And that would have been the best thing to do with the Kamala Khan character. It would have been best to just let this character die in Amazing Spider-Man 26, write her off, and just move on. Unfortunately, most comic fans like myself, we already knew what was coming. We knew what was coming was that this was an effort to try to repackage Kamala Khan, and this effort to try to repackage the character is going to fail, and it's going to fail because you only get one chance at a first impression with readers with a character, and if the character doesn't go over with readers in that first story, then that character just isn't going to go over, and it doesn't matter how many efforts you go out here to try to make this character popular. This character will never get popular because the audience has already seen this character and they don't really care about this character. Now, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, has had more opportunities than any other character to try to get popular. I mean, she was featured in at least 5 volumes of her own comic that never really sold very well. Moreover, she was featured in other Marvel mainstream media like Marvel Rising, and she still didn't get over. And that she was also featured prominently in her own TV series, Ms. Marvel, which was one of the lowest rated series in Disney Plus, and her merchandise such as Marvel Legends, it just basically rots on the shelf. And you would think after pouring millions of dollars into this character, somebody over at Marvel would just look at this whole situation with Kamala Khan, realize it's a failure, and go out here and understand it's time to pull the plug on Kamala Khan. But no, what they do is go out here and make Kamala Khan into a mutant and hope that the mutant gimmick will finally get her over. But most fans know her as an Inhuman who had Terrigen Mist, so that makes no logical sense. How can you be an Inhuman one minute and a mutant next when mutants are born with their powers and Inhumans get their powers from the Terrigen Mists? That's where this whole desperate effort really starts to show how sad the editors at Marvel are in their desperate efforts to try to make Kamala Khan into a viable character, in their desperate attempts to make Kamala Khan into a viable character. What they do is just show that they really don't know where to put a period at the end of things and take a loss. Now, as a publisher myself, I've had to take a moment to actually pull the plug on some characters that just weren't getting over, like when I was doing the All About Marilyn and All About Nikki books. Yes, these books got critical acclaim from readers, but the sales just weren't there. So I went from going out here to continue trying to pursue those projects to just saying, I'm just going to put a period at the end of things and I'm just going to move on. That's what a smart publisher does, because they understand the more money you pour into a character who's losing, what you're keeping money away from characters who are winning, and you're keeping resources away from a character that's getting over, or you could invest that money into another new character in the hopes of trying to get that character over. Because it's clear to me from a publisher's perspective that Kamala Khan is basically done as a character, and even though they have brought her back from the dead, there is no saving this character. Now, what Marvel is trying to do now in an effort to try to save the character is they're going to ask Iman Vellani, the actress who plays Ms. Marvel and Kamala Khan in the failed Disney Plus show, to go out here and write Ms. Marvel. And this has me shaking my head, because here you have a character that's creatively totaled, written by an inexperienced comic writer, and this is a recipe for disaster. But that doesn't stop the editors at Marvel, who clearly are Arkham certified, because the definition of insanity, once more, is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. And the exact same thing they have been trying to do for at least a good, I say about 7 to 8 years, is try to make Kamala Khan popular, when in pop culture you cannot make somebody popular. Either they are or they aren't, and that's something I know from experience when I went out here and published Esteem No Good Deed. When I published Esteem No Good Deed back in, I think, about 2013, that book got over 3,000 downloads, and it was nothing that I did that led to it except offering the book for free. People liked the story and wanted to read the story. That's how simple it is. And the same thing happened in 2016 when I wrote John Haynes' A Conversation with Death. When I wrote John Haynes' A Conversation with Death, that book basically got over and popular on its own. Either a character gets over with readers or they don't. And a character only has one chance to make a first impression, and if they don't relate, the audience doesn't relate to them on the first impression, then the publisher has to accept, okay, this character is not getting over, this character is not really resonating with the audience, and what I gotta do as a publisher is just go out here and pull the plug on this character, and I have to pull the plug on this character because this character is not getting any sort of following. So if a character isn't getting over with readers, and the readers are not going out here and getting excited for said character, making more volumes and telling the story in different fashions isn't going to make the character connect, and it's not going to make the character connect no matter what you do, because you could go out here and rewrite this character 100 times, but if the audience isn't interested in that character, you're just throwing good money after bad. And when I look at what they're trying to do now with making Kamala Khan the new mutant, well, she's the same old lame character, and if she's the same old lame character from a failed Disney Plus series, a failed Marvel Rising series, a 5 or 6 failed volumes of a failed comic, then you're not going to have success by trying to fix a failed character. No, all you're going to get is the same results, and you're going to get the same results because, again, the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. And sadly, there's a lot of Arkham certified people working at Marvel and Disney trying to go out here and make something happen, when in the case of media, either it happens or it doesn't. So that's the thing that people at Marvel don't want to accept. You're going to go out here and get a grossly unqualified person in Iman Vellani. Yes, she's a good actress, but she's not a comic book writer. That's a whole different skill set, and you're going to have an unrealistic expectation and expect her to go out here and create a comic that will be a certified disaster, worse than the previous other editions of Ms. Marvel, the Sana Amanat Avatar. So this book, again, is destined to fail, and it's destined to fail because the Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel character isn't somebody the audience even cares about, whether she's an Avenger, an X-Men, a champion. Nobody likes this character, and somebody at Marvel just needs to accept that when a character just isn't over, you just have to go out here and just say it's over for this character and put resources into other characters that can go out here and get you sales and build a larger audience. Now, my first comic, Esteem No Good Deed, is available on Kindle for 99 cents, and my first full comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, is available in paper format on Lulu right now. And if you want to pick up my books featuring heroines like the Isis series, the Esteem series, the Spinsterella trilogy, the Thetas, and my vampire novel, Eternal Night, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos about comics, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available on Lulu. John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes comic book. Get your copy of the first John Haynes comic at lulu.com today. Now available on Kindle. Esteem No Good Deed. The Devil's Diva scares some stick-up kids straight in this action-packed Esteem series comic. Get Esteem No Good Deed on Kindle for 99 cents today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.